In this video we're going to talk about doubles and triples. The exercise we're about to play you may have heard it called a double beat or triple beat or double triple beat. Any variation of that will work out. This exercise is going to get us ready to eventually be playing rolls, whether in an exercise or in a musical passage. Single rolls, long passage rolls, anything that might come across your way. This will follow the 8-8-16 format. 8 on a hand, 8 on a hand, 16 on a hand. It comes in two halves. The first half focuses on doubles, the second half focuses on the triples. So let's focus on the double section for a moment. Let's go ahead and play this through. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so for those of you who are counting along, you'll notice there's a good anchor point there at the end of each section, at the end of each 8, 8, and 16. And that counts 4 and. So if you're having a little trouble figuring out where you are in the beat, in the phrase, use beat 4 as your anchor point to bring you back home. It's especially difficult in the second half and 16 because the doubles go over the bar line. So if you're having a little trouble counting that, make sure you're hearing beat 4. That can be your 4 and 1, your anchor point to come back around to switch hands or to end the exercise. Let's go ahead and try that again. Try to focus on the 4 and 1 each time it happens and we switch hands. And 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So let's talk about what we want to hear, what we don't want to hear in this exercise. What we're looking for is a nice even double sound. We want both strokes to sound the same. We don't want to hear one in the beginning like an accented double. We don't want to hear the other ones a little bit more difficult, but we don't want to hear. We want to make sure those are both the same height, the same dynamic, the same velocity, no matter what overall height you decide to play the exercise at. Got to be careful we don't round them out as well. Overall, we want to be able to hear 16th note grid underneath us while we're playing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we round out those 16ths so we get them into triplet territory, we end up sounding something like. That didn't sound very different, but let me put it with the metronome. All of a sudden we've lost our sense of where that 16 note grid is. So let's make sure we keep them tight, that we don't extend them out to where they sound rounded or like triplets. Alright, false accents we avoided. We want to also make sure that our arms are staying relatively in the same area the entire time. It's easy to go ahead and try to start into this real big, or to use a little molar technique, which we're not going to get into right now. Let's keep our hands nice and down so we don't get false accents along the way, and there's no way we're going to get even doubles as we play this if we do that. So keep everything nice and steady. Let your wrists have all the action. Think about how this feels in your fulcrum. Alright, so let's talk about how your feet get involved in all this. For those of you who are about to join marching band, or if you're a drum set player, or just want to tap along with the tempo, you want to make sure your feet get involved with your hands. At the end of the video, you're going to see the music posted to this, and what you're going to see at the bottom of the staff in X's instead of normal note heads are the places where your feet will or will not line up with what your hands are playing. It's listed there in quarter notes, so you can tap along in quarter notes just like your metronome should be doing while you're playing. Really important though to visualize and then be able to feel where the pulse lines up with your hands. That'll also help you lock in the beginning and the end of each hand and feel how they transition a little better. So be sure to check that out and on your own figure out how your hands and your feet all coordinate together so that your entire body is playing the exercise. Alright, let's go ahead and play through the second half of this exercise, which is the triples part. This is not triplets. The exercise we're going to be playing here is 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. So again, we have to be careful we don't round those out into actual triplets. Triplet, 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 4 and. Not the exercise we're trying to play. We're trying to do 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. So it'll be a little bit easier to line up with your feet, a little bit easier to line up with the metronome as well. We're doing these triples to help strengthen our wrist, help strengthen our arms, help strengthen the rebound so that our doubles will actually sound better when we go into doing a roll section of an exercise or any piece of music that you happen to be playing. So let's go ahead and play through the triple section. 5, 6, 7, 8. Same rules apply to the triples as to the doubles. We don't want any false accents. We want to make sure that they're sounding even the entire way through. Even if you're struggling getting that third one out, focus on making them nice and even the entire way through. Eventually your doubles will thank you for it. So let's play through the entire exercise. As we add in the triples, we simply add them on right to the end of the doubles. There's no break in between. We go from one right into the other. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're taking that at a tempo of 110 today. Feel free to take that a little bit slower if you need to, especially to get those triples out. If you want to challenge yourself, go ahead and take it a little quicker. Just keep in mind all of our goals for this exercise. Lining up with the 16th note grid, making sure there's no false accents, and making sure everything is even throughout your entire exercise as you play it. Alright everybody, thank you. Have a great day.